Congratulations, Mr. Gerardo Garcia, for being awarded Best Reinsurance Company of the Year for the Latin America regions.
Thank you, Mercedes.
Barents Reinsurance is one of the world's premier specialty reinsurance groups with operations in Europe, Latin America and the Middle East. They have been awarded Reinsurance Company of the Year for the Latin America regions. The company's CEO, Mr. Gerardo Garcia, joins us today to discuss the European expansion. Welcome.
Thank you, Mercedes. Pleasure to be here.
You have recently obtained a $100 million capital infusion to support your international expansion around Europe. Why did you decide to invest in this continent?
First of all, we did a capital raising round that concluded at the end of last year. And basically the capital raising was based on a plan that we presented to international investors on the opportunity on the differential margin on cost that Europe offered during the financial crisis as prices for financial assets have come down, not only on the periphery of Southern Europe, but even in Germany and even here in the UK. So for us, it's an opportunity to buy assets at a low multiplier. In other words, insurance assets are cheap in relation to other regions, and it makes not only economic sense, but on the long term, Europe, in our opinion, is going to recover, it's going to come back, and it's going to be, as it is, the second biggest economy in the world, and it's an opportunity for us to be established here and to be a long-term player in the region.
What opportunities does Europe offer?
Well, first of all, the insurance penetration in Europe is very high, with different market compositions. The south of Europe has a specific profile, and Northern Europe has a different profile altogether. In our opinion, south of Europe presents long-term interesting opportunities in regards to mass market insurance products and microinsurance, which has a very low penetration until recently. And actually the financial crisis has presented an opportunity that we have been developing for the past close to 5 years. And we believe strongly that this is the time to accelerate that growth and to position our operations in Europe, as we already have. Our head office for Europe is in Paris. We have an office in Italy. As we were commenting earlier, we opened a newest office in Madrid at the beginning of the year. And we are just opening this week or next week our office in Moscow, not for the Russian market, but for Eastern Europe.
So now you're moving to Europe, you're already expanding, but how are you planning to consolidate in the European market?
Well, Mercedes, our business model and our plan is based on vertical integration. In most markets, basically, we are at the top of the market as a reinsurer, typically is. But the difference with our business model is that we integrate direct insurance operations, broking and direct broken operations, and joint ventures directly with large clients. So at the moment, we are in the process of acquiring insurance operations in Europe, incorporating some broking organizations, and we believe that by the end of the year could give us a solid and stable platform from where to launch our European expansion.
Are you planning to expand to other continents, other countries as well? Because you're already set in the Middle East and in Latin America, obviously.
Well, for the next 5 years, our plan does not contemplate expanding into different regions. We have a wide enough region already, Latin America per se. We do MENA, basically North Africa and the Middle East, Eastern Europe, and Europe. Altogether, we have a business presence in around 53 countries. So it's already a challenge to manage this without going into different markets. Aside from this, there's fundamental elements of some of these markets that do not fit well within our business model. For example, Asia is a totally different market and a different structure, and Australia and Japan is basically a cat-driven market, which is a different business altogether from what typically we're strong in.
So how has your company grown in the last 5 years?
We measure growth probably in a different way as other type of businesses. For the past 7 years, we have typically have stable premium volume, but the difference is that we have switched our premium distribution from one region to spread it against a wider scope and a larger geographic footprint. What that translates into is that our loss ratio is one of the best in the industry. Therefore, our profitability compared to our peers is one of the highest in the world. And at the end of the day, our business is about making money. So volume is not everything. It's about quality, and it's about having a strong bottom line. And also the organization and the network that needs to be deployed in 3 continents to be able to manage this and to do it sustainably.
So your near future, you've already talked about Europe, but what would be other plans for the near future?
No, I think Europe and Eastern Europe and even the Middle East have substantial challenges that we have plenty of work to do and to develop. As we did in other regions, the creation of microinsurance and mass market products is a challenge in Europe, where we think there is substantial growth in that area because the penetration is low today. Also, the cost structure of most of the insurance carriers in Europe is very high. So therefore, the pricing model is probably not the best and the most accurate. And this is where we think we have a leaner process that is more cost efficient, and that we can offer value to the clients and make money in the process. So we think for the near-term future, and we're talking about probably 5 years, we think we have plenty of work to do and to develop in Europe and in the other regions where we are.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and wish you all the best for your expansion.
Thank you, Mercedes. A pleasure.